me set the backstory. Last year, the Miami River Lumber Company purchased land just northeast of town from the Ramsey family. Perfect for a logging company, if you ask me. I mean, enough untouched timberwoods for an age, and right next door to the railroad, too, so I mean, how perfect for these guys, right? And they get straight to work, clearing out the space, ready to build this brand new mill until they come across the foundations for this old wooden shed that once stood on the grounds. These guys must have thought it was good fortune and started building on top of the existing foundation. Well, just short of a year later, construction is complete and these boys are getting ready to mill good and proper. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I mean, this is where it gets really interesting. You see, the superintendent for the mill, he just disappeared. I mean, just disappeared. He was here 1 minute, and then he was gone the next. I mean, what happens the next day is, well, the mill officially opens, of course. I mean, I've got a statement here from one of the workers who was on there at the opening day. He doesn't want to be named, but hey, you know, thanks for dropping this in. It reads, Mr. Whitcomb. I guess that's the superintendent. He continues. He left a scribbled note in the mill workshop next to the Coke machine that read, "Don't go in the shed." It looked like he must have been in a rush. It was scribbled. We couldn't make heads nor tails of what he meant as we were standing right inside it, but he was nowhere to be found to ask. About 2 p.m. we were loading in a hall, and that's when we saw it. The sound was so loud, and I'll never forget what I saw on that day. I mean, it scared me to my core. I stood there, and unable to be moved. I was transfixed. But it's something that I want to avoid thinking about. I mean, a guy grabs me, and scared for our lives, we took the truck and we drove through the woods like so fast. So we get near the front of the gates and accidentally smash the truck against a tree. We tailed it out there on foot. There was 13 of us in that mill when it happened, and I ran out of the woods with only 4 others. Hopefully the rest made it out on the other side of the woods, and that's where the letter stops. Well, thanks for that account, sir, and please, if you're listening and you're one of the other workers, call in. We'd like to hear exactly what you saw in that shed.
We've been together for 11 years,
Sure.
married for 9,
Okay.
you know, and ever since he went to his high school reunion last week, well, he just started acting, you know, weird, just so strange, and he started to get back from work later and later, saying he had just too much at the office to work on. And then walking down the hallway, and I remembered that we needed to get some milk that was in the fridge, and there was no milk.
Okay.
So I got into the car and went to the store, the one that's just right around the corner from where we live, in a beautiful house in Cincinnati.
Sure.
And, well, you see, this was Wednesday, and Wednesday, I normally spend Wednesday out with the girls. Kathy, she had to stay at home because the Bobby was all sick from school with a fever. And anyway,
So, tell me.
I went and got those groceries, and
You're right.
that meant I came home early. And when I got home, I noticed a strange car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And some strange shoes in the entryway.
Yeah.
And then I found...
No, I don't know. But I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and songs of yesterday. And I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Though I keep searching for an answer, I never seem to find what I'm And then the mill closes like that. 7 days after opening, the place shuts down. After a word from our sponsors, we'll be back to discuss my thoughts on what happened in that creepy old shed. Stay tuned, and don't touch that dial.
In the shadows of falling darkness, wings of the night creature await their silent signal from the moon. Darting madly through a starless sky, the frenzied flight of the bat takes you by surprise and leaves you breathless, hanging in midair, captured alive by the bat. Fly the bat at King's Island. It's a non-stop fright.
Out of control.
I just want to run some stuff by you guys. A bunch of you have been getting in touch to say that you've been seeing something on the side of the road, and when you turn to look again, it's gone. And the crazy thing is that all you are saying the same thing. You've all been seeing a little girl on the side of the road, and you all say that she's blonde, and you say that she wears a blue dress. And you kind souls have spotted her out there out of the corner of your eye, by herself, and you've pulled over to try and help, only to find that she's disappeared. A couple of you have even said that she ran out in front of your vehicle, and you've slammed on the brakes, screeching to a halt. Crazy stuff. Be careful out there, guys. I don't think this little one is out to cause you trouble, but this girl sure is mischievous. On the subjects of ghosts, what in the name is this story that has just been handed to me? Well, that's very interesting. So, Vicki Blake has just written in a letter with the title Screaming Woman. Let me read it out to you guys and see what you think. I was taking the dog for a walk. Here's the trail. I was in my